Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. All right. We have a question that came in, customer service, and the subject is getting out of a sand trap. And it's basically really short to the point question. Can you do a daily from the backyard on sand trap play? Thanks. No name attached to this one. So, it's pretty difficult for me to do a sand shot, a bunker shot from the backyard because I don't have a sand trap here. All I got is my mat. But this is like the second time this has come in recently, so I'm going to try to give it a little bit of a go here with some of the basic fundamentals of how to hit a sand shot. But I will start off by saying we have a number of videos on our website. We have the Kenny Knox video that's basically all around short game video and has a really good section on sand trap play. All right, and then there's one that I did and DJ did, we did together that involves sand play. And so I'm gonna cover some of the basic fundamentals of what I think about sand shot play near Greenside, and I'll give you also one really good tip that I think will help you for fairway bunker shots to the green. All right, let's start off with the Greenside bunker shots. All right, I'm going to get out a couple of my sticks here, and I'm going to do this from a face-on view here where you can see what's going on here. Let's assume this is my target that I'm going to hit the ball to the flag, which is where the camera is. When we hit bunker shots, we go into the bunker and we basically come in at an angle. Now, Kenny Knox made a great comment in his swing, and I've always talked about this. When I do bunker shots, I always say, today most people when they hit bunker shots, they're told to aim the club at about a 45-degree angle to the right. You stand about 45 to the left. You take the club outside and you cut across the ball. All right? I say, no way, Jose. On, and square and solid goes for every club in the bag. From putter, through all the irons, especially this shot, all the way up to the driver. All right, so I am not going to adhere with that policy. When people do that, they're constantly hitting the ball out near the toe of the club. You see players who practice a lot hitting wedges that way, and I also say this about hitting wedges, especially if you want to be hitting, you know, little pitches, especially maybe even getting up into hitting those lob shots or flop shots, whatever you want to call them. All right? The aim in line to the target is sacred. It must be on, and on. So I walk in and Kenny Knox says, came with a great idea. Assuming this is my ball position right here, okay? When you draw that line, this is easy to bunker because I just take the head of my club and I just draw a line in the set and I draw one across like this, and then I draw another one out from here, which Kenny draws that line, and he says, ultimately you end up making an A, all right? And the crossbar of the A is your ball position line. So if you're standing here with parallel lines, I'll just put this ball out here to the side now, and you are square, and you start opening up, the ball effectively starts to move towards your front foot near your heel. So normally I like to say that when I start addressing the ball in a bunker, I'm going to have the ball somewhere around near my left heel and a normal shot to come out where I'm going to have it come out and it's going to hit and sit down. All right? I'm going to walk in, I'm going to open up my club face a little bit. Now, depending on how much I open my club face depends on how much left this line gets. Because if I had a very high bunker here, so to speak, and I got to get up and drop it down fast, and I want to get maximum open up when I can on this club, and what is the maximum amount I can open it? The amount where I can open the club face, and when I step up to it and lay the club face down where the leading edge is square to my target line, all right, I can open this club this much, like a spatula. But to get that club square to the target, I'd have to be over here. I can't swing. So about the most I can get is about right there. Now, as you can see, if I put this as my feet over here, I'm considerably left to the target. Here's where my ball is. And I'm going to get in here and take my stance. Now, my body's open. My club face is square. I'm going to take the club back in the catcher's mitt and up the tree. I'm going to come in, I'm going to hit it, and I'm going to swing, and I'm going to stay down the target line. I'm not going to cut across my body. I'm going to keep the club out in front of my body, and my arms are going to separate just as if the same way as if I was tossing a ball underhanded to the target this way. So if I come, if I'm trying to toss the ball underhanded to that flag right, to that target, which is the camera, I'm not going to go this way to that way, because I'd have to come out and I'd have to spin my hand under and try to throw the ball that way. Not very efficient. Because now when I'm going under and I'm releasing under too much, yeah, it opens up the club face, but it's also, that kind of movement is pulling my hands inside and across. I want to keep the club going down the line. So here, and look what a club would be. So sometimes just, if you want to learn what a finish would be, just throw it down the line, put a ball in your hand and throw it out of the bunker to the target and put the club there. That's where you got to be. So now I'm just going to come through here. I'm going to come straight up, straight down, and straight through. Now, most people tell you to dig in the bunker because you need to dig in the bunker. I don't ever dig my feet in, all right? I don't think of a bunker shot as a power shot unless the ball's buried like crazy. But if it's a normal shot sitting up pretty good in the sand, this is a finesse shot, not a power shot. What I do is, so they say dig down as far as you want to go under, all right? What I just do is I do what I think a lot more simple. I just get in there and I just sense in my mind how far I want to go down. I bend my knees a little bit more. I back off a little bit farther, bend my knees more, and just take the club up and swing down and through like that. All right? And just splash the club off the ground. It's still, I'm just going to ricochet it. Boom, I want the club to splash in. That's what the higher part of the back of the flange is, which is called a bounce. That ricochets off the ground, and I'm swinging it out. And basically I'm just throwing the ball out. The ball, this is a true bunker shot, is the only shot where the club doesn't hit the ball. The ball's thrown out with the sand. All right? And so it's just like tossing right here. Okay? Now, I just take the club, just take a normal swing up and down and through. And again, I'm down in here, the ball's is there, and I just, boom, and I just come up there, and I swing it up, and I still stand up, and there's a little bit of weight transfer, okay? As much as you would have for tossing the ball out. It's just like any shot. Just imagine what you do tossing the ball. That works great on chipping and pitching, okay? So that's about all I can do here. I can't hit it, because I can't hit, even if I hit the ball this way, it's going to go over the net back there, and I don't want that to happen. So, let me talk about hitting a bunker, a fairway bunker, all right? Now, the fairway bunker is, again, a lot of people say dig in, put the ball back a little bit, get your weight a little bit forward, and hit down, and hit the ball first hitting down in the ground. I don't care for that theory, because all it takes is to hit one tweak too far behind the ball, and you got a chunky monkey right there, or you just splat it out, or getting too far ahead, and it just leads too much. I'm going to get in here and basically come in with this thought. I'm going to stand tall, and I want to clip the ball off the sand. All right, I want to nip it, clip it off the sand. I want to think about, this is a brand spanking new club. I've never hit it, and I don't want to get any scratches on the bottom of the club, and I want to stand here and perfectly nip this thing off the sand. So this is a great way to practice a good fairway bunker, is right here on a mat like this. A lot of people hate these mats, because if you really hit down, you can really hurt yourself. But these mats are great. You talk about learning to nip it, take those shallow divots, thin to win. Bacon strips, not pork chops, as Mo Norman used to say. Thin to win, where you just nip it, clip it off the ground. This is great. That's what I want to do in that fairway bunker. So I stand tall. Again, I don't dig my feet in. I just stand tall. I keep my knees real quiet. All right, just like I do in that fairway bunker where I'm getting down, I just keep them quiet through there. And I set my level with my knees. I'm going to set the level with my knees here. I might, maybe I might choke up just a fraction on the golf club. The number one concern I have is that whatever club I choose, even if I were to thin a little bit, I have no problem carrying that lip in front of me. All right, because the number one key is I want to carry that lip. Last thing you want to do is bury it in that lip or hit that lip and it could pop it up in here and come back in a bumper or kick it one way or the other. You want to clear that lip. So I just stand tall, take my normal setup, keep my knees extremely level, and just think about clipping this off like I was hitting the ball off the cart path or off the street. Okay? I don't want to scratch the bottom of my club. And you get to nipping this, boom, just like right here off this mat. Hitting it right off that mat. So you keep everything quiet, keep the knees real quiet, keep them very, very level. Sometimes I'm going to really make sure that, and like I said, I normally tend to maybe I'll choke up just a fraction, or choke down just a fraction, whichever way you like to prefer to hear it said, and just make sure I just stay real still and make sure that I really swing up. And I'm staying very stable to impact and swinging up. But I got that thought of just clipping it or nipping it off the sand. Okay, so hopefully these are at least a couple tips. And again, this is all, we got these in situational shots, videos, and we got 2 sets of videos on the website for sale that really go in detail on all this stuff with great explanations, and they show you the shots and close-ups and everything else. The Kenny Knox video, and then we have the video DJ and I did out of the bunkers. So they're there. Again, as we can say here, all I can do is give you some little tips here. But if you really want to get to the the nitty gritty of it and down deep and get all the little tidbits and put them all together and really get the detailed story of what goes on to hit these shots, you need to go and go to the website and get those videos and start studying them, and then get out to the golf course and practice it. So okay, for Greenside bunkers and fairway bunker shots, that's it for the search for today, and I'll be talking with you all again soon.